What up, YouTube? Asian Persuasion here. Here with my boy Slim. You already know, Jake. And we got our boy Chancy's channel. And we're here with the top 8 duelists here at Niagara Falls. And what did you play, my friend?
I played Spright, pure Spright.
Pure Spright.
Yep, ham traps are the best way to go, I felt like, so. Yeah.
And he's the guy that holds his cards
upside down cards and all.
Yeah, he is.
But he's normal with it. It's funny.
Nice.
Everyone thinks you're trolling. I'm like,
let
that's
my
normal,
opponents read them, even though they're in French.
Yeah. Any shout-outs you want to do?
Yeah, shout out to all the guys, the crew, you know, Kevin, Crady, Ali, all the Montreal guys, the guys from Kelowna that showed up, my squad in my room, Kenny, Bruce, Cal, Calvin,
you guys'
everyone.
room was insane. I think all you guys almost.
Yeah.
All you guys.
You know, shout out to everyone that put together this tournament because it was a lot of fun. It's my first Canadian YCS, and yeah, they killed it. It's fun.
Yeah. And you also got that Switch chilling over
Yep,
here.
Switch
chilling over here.
Oh yeah, yeah. Shout out to Purple Haze for making this possible.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah. All right, man. Let's get into the deck proper. Let's see.
Okay, yeah, it's really generic, honestly. 3 Diva. This one is really nice because you can obviously like do Hulk for hand traps, but I don't even think I did that at all. But just having this, like a lot of times you can special summon this from Hulk. I think in a couple of games in my top cut where I just went like dark with like 2 non-level 2 monsters to summon back one of his tuners. I think it was like the Ghost Reaper or something, and then made Hulk and got this. It was just like full combo, just really versatile. Obviously these guys. I ended up playing Duprog. I know I said this card was always terrible, but against here, like this is pretty decent. I always summon it and play it in a Super Poly because I feel like if you don't, you're going to lose anyways to their engine. So I always summon this. That way they can't threaten to attack over your Toad or your Elf. So you always just have this. Also having another name, it's like good in the grand game. You know, you get another frog to banish. So yeah, it was really cool.
Question is, did you get Super Poly'd a lot playing Duprog?
I actually didn't, surprisingly.
Let's go. That's
like
right
everything
there.
on the
Top
table.
cut. Let's go.
Full combo.
That's full combo.
Full combo with these guys as well. Carrot, Red. I just played one. I think that's all you need. And this one's pretty funny because I played Yugioh Phoenix in the extra deck. So you can go Phoenix attack twice. So if they have like a big monster like here, you just attack, gain the attack, and then attack again. It came up like a lot of times. I think like 4 or 5 rounds I just like killed someone per game. Especially if you give them a big nib token in defense with like 10k attack, and then you just make that Gusto attack over and just attack per game. It's really, really funny.
I like those cheesy ones.
Yeah, so, and then the rest of the sprites, so just standard 3 jet, 3 blue. Yep, good cards. Not much to say there. And then the ham traps, I played a bunch. I think I played like 17, 2 ogre, 3 nib. So this card, obviously, if you pair it with another ham trap, it's really good. Also, it's really, really insane against tiers. I think this is like the best ham trap all tournament. I just like being able to nib people and then, you know, simplify the game state, give them a token, Yugioh Phoenix attack as well. 3 Vader to pair. I kind of wish I played the Bell because it would have been nice, you know, offensively as well to stop Crows and Called by the Grave. But ended up playing 3 Vader, 3 Crow as well. This card is insane. It's also decent against Mirror Match. I thought it was bad at one point, but it's actually pretty good because the other hand traps just like whittle them down until they have to Elf and you just banish something and it puts you ahead. 3 Ash, obviously, really, really good one. And then 3 Imperm, one of the best ones, I think, because they usually have red.
Work out for you.
Ghost Ogre is sick. I don't think I actually ogred any gigantic sprites. I only played like 3 sprites across the entire tournament. But it was still okay. Like sometimes against tier, you can hit like the Redoer or like the Greatest Apelia. So it was okay. I didn't really use it. And then spell cards, 3 starter. I played 2 smashers. My friend was like, there might be mine, so I put in 2. But honestly, I just kept bricking on this.
Really?
This morning, I was undefeated yesterday, but this morning I went 0-4 in games. Because like my first round, game 1, I drew 2 smashers, and I was just looking at my hand, just like I can't do anything. There's 2 smashers and like 3 ham traps, so I don't think you need 3. Even though I happen to play the God card, Pot of Desires, instead of Pot of Prosperity. I still think drawing 2 is way better. Like even if you banish Run Toad, you still get 2 cards. You know, you get more ham traps to grind, more cards to help you like just be past your opponent's board. So this card was really insane. I was able to draw a lot of good cards with it. I did banish my Ronin like a lot of times, but it still like didn't matter because you just draw 2 new cards. Yeah. And having 2 smashers, I guess, was nice because you just banish one, you have the other one still. And then yeah, Called by, really good card as well. Yep. But yeah, Pot of Desires is insane. So I'm definitely gonna keep playing it. I think. It's funny though, people get mad when you play it because they're like, oh, that card's bad.
Has been playing Prosperity before you.
I know.
So, yeah.
I got some funny reactions, like funny looks when I activated that card and then summoned a Spright card, so that's kind of funny. Side deck, it's really standard, but I played 3 Shifter, so this card is like God card versus tier. Makes them skip their turn. I was able to win top 16 because I had this in game 3. And against here you can wait till they do something, so they went like Sharon effect, and I chained this, so they had to like discard a card and then just have like Sharon on board, so they lost 2 cards. And then you pair it with this, obviously, Gamma Burst. So this gives all rank 2, level 2, link 2's 1400 attack. So any 2 monsters or any 1 diva is just over 8k. Because you're able to make Gigantic, get blue, and then get Jet to search this. So you have 1400 times 3, which is 42, plus like the 3800 attack that you have on board, which is over 8000. So it's fun because they usually pass when you do this, and then you just have this for game with any 2 monsters. So yeah, it's kind of fun. And then I played 3 Judgments come first. I was kind of scared because, like, obviously you go into time a lot, but I actually didn't really go into time a lot. I think maybe Bear might be better just because of the time.
Yeah.
But this card, when you're not in time, is really, really insane because you just negate like anything they have, you know, like Evenly's, Dark Rulers, stuff like that. So it's kind of nice. It's my only going first traps. And then also Gamma, super insane. Obviously, guys, try to play around this if you can. You know, like if you have extenders in your hand and you summon Swap Frog, you don't have to use the effect because sometimes you just die if they have Gamma. So, you know, they always play around it, but it's really, really insane because against Spright Mirror Match, usually they just, they only have the 2 plays of normal summon the starter, so this just puts in work. I don't set it against Tears, it's not very good. Just better against Sprites and like random decks like Math Mech, you know, on Circular. And then these cards, so this is just for like runic stuff, I guess. I just want to play it instead of evenly because sometimes you can draw this later on. And then this card is really, really good. And then Red Reboot, side ended in a lot of matchups just for like random traps. You know, against here, they sometimes also play like the viruses. So, you know, just having this can save you. It's really, really clutch. So, yeah, it's a side deck. What else? Extra deck, fairly standard. 2 Gigantic Spright. And then Vamaro Soul Sweeper. I think you need this because a lot of times you can't get over stuff. I actually misplayed in my top 8 match against Dom Couch because he summoned Havness. I had like full board with Shifter, and he actually played out of it because I left the Havness on the table. The only way they can like kind of play past that is putting bodies on table, getting dark, summon back your Shifter, and then making like a 0 Boros. Or in his case, he had the Destrudal, so he was able to make Baron.
He said he loves that card.
Yeah, he went Destrudal on his Havness to make a level 4, made dark, summoned back my level 6 Shifter, and then made Baron with the 4 and the stick. So I was like, holy smoke. So I definitely should have made this to banish the Havness on my turn instead. Also, some people are playing cherries. When they cherry your elf, you can, in desperate situation, crash this. It has an effect when it's destroyed by battle. You can shuffle back banished monsters, so you can recycle your elf. It's kind of funny.
That is pretty cool. I didn't know that.
I didn't do that, but it's just funny. Phoenix, this card I think is really, really good. You get to kill people really fast. Even just like 3k on an XYZ is like a lot of damage. And then with Pixies and Gamma Burst is like so much damage. So really good card. I won a lot of games with that. Toad, obviously. This card to make Zeus. Yep, XYZs. And then 3 Spright Elf. I think you need 3 just because you're always grinding. There is a play where if you get 5 monsters on the board, you can actually make this and then make the Gigantic, so you're protected by Imperm since it's under the pointer, and you have red here. But if they nib there, you have to tribute the elf, which doesn't matter because you're still able to make elf plus Toad. But if you don't play 3, then you're just like out of elves at that point, so it's always just good to have. And then Dark, super insane card. Obviously having like the 1850 as well is relevant because you can like attack over an opposing Spright Elf. And then just being able to make a 3200 Gigantic before using Elf is always really important, so you can end on Toad plus Elf without having to overlay the Elf. This card is really nice because like a lot of times you brick, you know, if you have like a Nibiru, you can summon a Veiler and like just make this in full combo. So I really like this card. Obviously you can search Ham Traps as well if your hand is super insane, but I tried not to do that this tournament because I felt like a lot of people were playing like Nibiru and Ham Traps, so it's better to just, you know, play safe and just summon red and do your regular combos and not die to Nib. Almirage is really good when you have Swap Frog and like 4 Ham Traps, which happened a couple times, so also playing around the Ghost Ogre is nice. And then I played Pit Knight early because originally you play like IP and Unicorn, you know, standard, but I didn't have space because I was playing like Augusta Phoenix and like these weird cards that I felt were better, and I felt like you didn't really make IP, but you needed like a link in case they debury you, so you had like an interruption go into. And this card is a quick effect that allows you to, when a monster that points to use the effect, you can chain the effect to negate a monster that's pointing to. So it actually came up in a couple of matches where I was able to point it directly to my opponent's monster because they put it either in the center column or on this column. So in the top 16, I actually did this when they had Dragostapelia to lock it down, so they couldn't like, you know, use the effect because I would just negate it. So that actually helped me.
That's savage.
Win
Bro,
that,
I didn't know that card exists until you just showed it to me.
It's honestly not great because it's a quick effect, so it's like Thunder Dragon Titan. They can chain like a crow or something to make you not be able to activate it because you miss timing. IP is obviously better, but because it just takes 1 extra deck slot, I was like, oh, I'll just play this and try
It's
it
a
out.
nice niche situation type.
Yeah, it's a fun little card for sure. Yeah, that's about it, honestly. You know, generic Spright deck.
Nothing
Yeah.
too crazy.
Yeah, hand trap Spright. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man. I think you did shoutouts, yeah? You already did shoutouts? Yeah,
Yep.
you did. All right.
Shout
Well,
outs to the crew.
congratulations on getting top 8, Chancy. And you already know we'll see you at the next one.
Thank you.
Good
See you
job,
guys
bro.
there. Cheers.